like to begin this transmission in the following way. With the idea that we have labeled shifting through infinity. We have, for quite some time, been talking with you about the concept of parallel realities, and your society is becoming more and more familiar with this concept in a variety of ways. Many even of your entertainments on your television sets and your motion pictures are now presenting ideas, and have for quite some time, of parallel realities. But the idea is that while these may seem still to be something exotic, something unusual, something that you don't necessarily know how to access, the truth is that you access them all the time. Every day, every moment. In fact, you access them billions of times per second. The idea really is to understand, as we have discussed before, is that everything already exists right now. It is all one thing. There is only here, there is only now. What you call the past, what you call the future, in a sense, are simply matters of illusionary perspective. The future and the past are perspectives, not places. They don't exist as places. They are just another way of seeing another now, another angle of the now. All the different things you call moments, this moment, that moment, from your linear space-time perspective in physical reality, are simply different perspectives, different angles, different points of view of the same now moment of existence, because there is only one. All things exist in all forms right now. So therefore, from a linear perspective, the idea of everything existing all at once is expressed in a space-time framework that you understand as multiple, simultaneously coexisting parallel realities. That's the only way for that concept to exist in a space-time referential frame. So, but the idea is that every single one of those in existing now is its own reality, its own universe, absolutely total and complete. But the idea is that it is like a series of frozen snapshots. Every single moment unto itself actually has no motion in it. The idea is very similar, as we have often explained, to the analogy of what you call your motion picture film, which is composed of several frames, each of which, unto itself, exhibits no motion whatsoever. But when you run it through your projector and when you pass the light through it onto the screen, you get the illusion of motion by picturing one frame at a time in what you call a sequence. Reality is actually structured much that way. There are this number of simultaneously coexisting frozen moments, and as you pass, in a sense, you project, in a sense, your consciousness through these moments from different perspectives, you create the illusion of motion. So the idea of parallel realities is not only that there are distinct, whole and entire other realities, similar and some not similar to your own, but that movement itself, the very idea, the very effect that you call motion even in your so-called reality is actually the product of moving through billions of parallel frozen realities to create that illusion of motion, that illusion of continuity. So accessing parallel realities is not something you have to learn how to do. It's totally automatic to your nature as a co-creator, as an aspect of creation. The idea why we are expressing this at this time is that there are ways for you to learn to use this, to become aware of the fact that you're already doing this, to expand your awareness of the total of reality to some degree. Now, granted, from the physical perspective, you will not necessarily have the capability of becoming aware of the totality of creation, but you can certainly become aware of more of it, at least that which is relevant to the window of physical reality in which you have chosen to exist, or in which you have chosen to experience your consciousness in this way. So the idea is to understand that you don't really have to learn how to access these parallel realities. You just have to learn to accelerate your ability to perceive more of what you are already a part of. And that's really all there is to it. But we would like to give you a little bit of an illustration, if we may. Lights. All right. Now, there is a device, and this device that you have on your planet will be utilized to help illustrate the point. Generally speaking, when you have multiple realities, they are vibrating in a sense, flickering if you wish to put it that way, on and off very quickly. In a sense analogous to the idea of what you call this strobe. The idea being that because it flashes so quickly, you get a smooth sense of continuity. But physical reality, compared to the totality of all these vibrations, is actually something more like this. So, the idea is that physical reality is really a series. Motion in physical reality is really a series of these frozen moments. But you have this, 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 this. But you do it at a rate where it seems smooth and continuous. Lights. The idea being thus, that reality is already moving, in a sense, at a very, very high rate, as we said, billions, in a sense, of flickers per second. But you're only perceiving so many of them to create the experience of physical reality. You can broaden that window of exactly how many flickers you're capable of perceiving and experiencing. And that's the whole idea. So, expansion, enlightenment, is really the process of stepping up your vibration, stepping up your frequency, so that you'll be able to match more of the beats, get in sync with more of the flickers, and thus be able to perceive more of the realities that exist already all around you, but which you find are now invisible to you if you do not actually vibrate at a rate that is commensurate with the ability to perceive more of those flickers.